What's up guys, Riley here, and today I have another reaction for you guys. I'll be reacting to 3 true, scary, traveling, trip ghost stories from the internet. And before we start this, if you haven't watched it, watch it in the description below. And I'm going to go get me some lemonade before we go. Let's go.
In 1990, our school decided to give their students a field trip. It would be an educational experience, as one teacher put it. All the first and second graders were going to Babyland. When I heard about the opportunity going to Babyland, I was so excited. My mother was pregnant at the time, and I thought Babyland would teach me so much. Heck, I could become the perfect older brother for my new brother or sister. It's important to know that my English is not my primary language, and neither of my parents spoke or read English. As a first grader, I basically translated the best of my knowledge the field trip to my parents. I really emphasized on location, Babyland. Although there were additional words to the location's name, I had no idea what it meant, and left it out of the translation. My parents agreed, and allowed me to go on this trip. I've never been so happy. On the day of, I brought all the required equipment, which are crayons, chalk, or colored pencils, several sheets of blank art paper, and a sheet to sit down on. I remember imagining the picnic we would have, and the babies that would sit at my picnic area. All the art skills I could show to these babies. I was extremely happy and anxiously waiting for the school trip. When we got to school, I was surprised at how many students decided not to show up, or did not get permission to go to Babyland. I think there were only 40 students going out of the 60. I felt bad for them and devoted myself to draw all the cute babies I would be seeing, and showing to all the unfortunate students who would be missing out. I had a goal now, and nothing was going to stop me. When we finally got to Babyland, it was not what I imagined at all. All I saw were green grass everywhere. Some of the sprinklers were on, and there were all kinds of stone blocks that populated much of the area. They were all organized neatly, and formed perfect rows and columns. How strange, I thought to myself. I started to look around for the balloons and crying babies, but none were seen. Where were the mommies and daddies? Where were the cute babies that inhabited Babyland? The bus stopped and we got out. I expected a clown or a funny person to come and greet us, but instead we got 2 adults who wore dark suits. They spoke in a foreign language to us, although I'm pretty sure it was in English, and I was just not giving them any attention. I kept on looking around for the babies that inhabited this fun place, but still, no sight. It was all grass, stone art, and statues everywhere I looked. How boring. Our first assignment was to start tracing our art paper against the rectangular stone piece. The instructors demonstrated, then we followed. I became bored really fast, and started to wander off away from the crowd. Heck, students everywhere were running around chasing each other, and most of all, it seemed that no one was really interested in sketching stone art. I really wanted to draw the cute babies and show it to the students who did not make the trip. I was disappointed. I laid out all my picnic sheet and sat on it, looking around for a good stone to sketch. They were all so old and ugly. I didn't want to sketch any of them. As I started to doze off into sleep, I saw a little boy sketching away. He seemed really interested and ran from stone to stone, sketching everything in sight. Wow, he made it look really fun. I ran to him and asked what he was doing. He ignored me. I just started to sketch the stones he sketched. but he kept on running to the next one. I told him to slow down and wait for me, but he kept on running further away. Ultimately, I had to stop sketching just to catch up to him. He disappeared behind a tall statue, and I kept on looking for him. After 10 minutes or so, I gave up trying to find him and decided to sketch the writing on the statue. After I finished, I noticed someone looking at me. I looked around, but no one was around. I could still see some of the students and teachers, but they were really far from where I was. "Hey, up here!" someone called. I looked up and saw that little boy. He was sitting on top of a statue. "Wow, how'd you get up there?" I started to look around to see how I could climb up and join him, but there was no way up. "Over here, behind you," he called out. I looked, and he was standing right behind me. It scared me, and I jumped back. "How'd you do that?" I questioned him. He only giggled and ran away. "What's your name?" I called to him. "Robert, but you can call me Robbie." He called back while disappearing behind a stone head. I suddenly felt strange and dumbfounded. Something about Robert was off. I couldn't pinpoint as to exactly what was off, but I knew it was off. Just then, one of the teachers spotted me and ordered I go back and join the group. As I made my way back, I suddenly realized what was off about Robert. He spoke to me all right, but never once did he open his mouth. And his skin was extremely pale compared to anyone I've ever known. Not only that, his clothes seemed out of place, like he was wearing a one-piece dress or something. Why would you wear that when it's so cold out here? I started to get freaked out and ran towards the teacher. The teacher asked why I ran so far from the group, and I told her I was looking for all the fun places and babies. She realized I was confused about the name Babyland and questioned me if my parents had told me anything prior to coming on this trip. I told them I was the one who translated Babyland to them. She looked pale. She told me exactly what Babyland was. And I was very disappointed and scared at the same time. It turns out, Babyland is a cemetery for infants and children. The full name read, Babyland at Pylon Memorial Park. My translation to my parents were, Babyland at a park, a big lawn full of memories. Our assignment was stone rubbing, basically sketching stone heads of the deceased. I freaked out, realizing I had been running on top of dead people's graves, and that I had actually sketched a gravestone. I looked at what I had sketched, and it read, Robert E. Smith, our beloved son. You're in God's arms now. 1950 to 1956. Freaky.
Well, guys, looks like we're gonna have to end it there because this story is not gonna end because, you know, we have to slice parts out. So I'll see you all in the next one. And basically, the whole video was just a sink with dripping water. So yeah.